Greetings, scholars. I want to take a few moments to talk to you about the critical analysis paper. If you look at your instructions, you're going to notice some things about the paper. Essay length, first of all, the final revised draft of the critical analysis paper should be 5 type pages. This is about 1,000 words, a little over 1,000 words, right? I note that your margins, where your margins should be, that you're going to type this on Times New Roman size 12 font. You're going to use APA format again for this paper. You are going to use APA format again for this paper. Keep in mind the scope. If you can't achieve at least 5 type word and double space pages, you need to either add more specific development of your topics or expand the scope of your topic. If you get past 5 pages, then you know you're on the right track. You're doing a great job, but you may want to narrow down the focus of your paper or just edit your paper if it's too long. However, I am going to give you, and I give you a format to follow when you write the paper. So if you look at writing the critical analysis paper, you're going to notice these things. The first thing is you still have sections, right? You are going to write this paper in sections, and I want you to make sure that you put each section heading where it goes, okay? So in Roman numeral number 1, I want you to be careful because I did break this down into paragraphs. So the first paragraph, you're going to discuss the author, the publication information. In the second paragraph, you're going to do definition. In the third paragraph, you're going to do historical information. And then you're going to write an introduction with a thesis statement. So your thesis statement really won't come until the 4th paragraph. You're just giving background information on the topic. I'll discuss this more and go into more depth in another video. So you have section 2 of the paper. The one thing that's different with this paper also is that I do want you to use section headings for the paper. Subheadings, I'm sorry. So you will keep the A, the first tenet. You will keep B, the second tenet. You will keep C, the third tenet. So let's talk. Section 2 is the biggest part of your paper. And in this section, you're going to discuss 3 of the primary tenets that you read about in the Introduction to Critical Race Theory. Remember, there were 6 basic tenets or principles of critical race theory that you read about in the article. What I want you to do is choose the top 3. I only want you to discuss 3. You choose which 3 tenets that you discuss. But when you discuss each tenet, you're going to break each tenet down into 3 different paragraphs. And the 3 different paragraphs are noted here, 1, 2, 3. So in your discussion of the first tenet, you're going to identify the specific tenet from the Introduction to Critical Race Theory. You are going to state the section and the page number of the tenet. And I want you to use a direct quote to insert the information. Be sure to document borrowed information in APA style. You're going to interpret that information and you're going to analyze that information. And when I say interpret and analyze, let's make sure that we understand concepts, terms. When I ask you to interpret something, I'm asking you to tell me what this tenet means to you. You've read the tenet, you've discussed the tenet, you have, what does it mean to you? I'll go into more detail about that in the next section. Then you're going to analyze. Well, when you analyze, I want you to focus your analysis on how this tenet fits into today's current debate on critical race theory. Okay, so you watched the video for John Oliver. You've done some reading on your own, and I want you to tell me, when you analyze the tenet, how does this tenet fit into what is going on in today's society, especially with all the debate that's going on across the country about CRT? You will identify the second tenant, and again, there should be 3 paragraphs in this subsection. You will identify the third tenant. Again, there will be 3 paragraphs in this section. And then you're going to write the conclusion. The conclusion is simple. Summarize the main points in the paper. What words of wisdom do you have for anyone interested in critical race theory? And is critical race theory the boogeyman? Some people believe it to be. Why not? Answer those questions for me in 3 to 5 sentences. As always, you have 2 weeks to draft this. I am expecting that you are going to reach the page limit. You are free to do research on your own. If you use websites, make sure that you use .gov.edu.org. Make sure that you do not plagiarize this assignment. And as always, this assignment is on Blackboard. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I will be happy to answer your questions. Good writing to you, and I will see you in the next video.